important stuff.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning. There is no one here.
There's one person.
Hi.
Hi, one person.
7
people. Hello.
20. All right, here we go. Thank you to Chris Rowe.
Oh my God, I have to look at it.
For sending us
I'm gonna open it.
2 jars of cookie butter
Oh
for those
my God.
Biscoff cookies that we got.
I'm gonna open the crap
Like a
out
week
of this.
ago.
I'm gonna open it and I'm just gonna start eating it with. I'm just gonna put my tongue in there and start.
It's inappropriate.
Is it? Is that inappropriate?
Now I'm gonna have to make a gift of that. And you know I will.
Oh God, I just stuck my finger in there. Hold on.
Chris said, "Hello, chicks. For many years, I've enjoyed your writings, book, and now your Facebook Live videos. A week or so ago, you received a gift of Biscoff cookies."
God, smell.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Oh God. We're just gonna go in the corner in the fetal position and just. Oh, yeah, it's good.
Which are my favorite store-bought cookie. You didn't mention the Biscoff cookie butter spread, so I thought I'd send you each a jar along with a simple cookie recipe using the spread.
Oh my God.
I hope you enjoy this delicious spread as much as I and my family do. Thank you for the videos and podcast. Stay well, from Chris.
Hey, everybody, thanks for making us 500 pounds.
Right. Appreciate the weight gain.
We appreciate the extra poundage. I'm going to have to go up a size in my jeans.
This
and I
is
really
so
appreciate
nice.
it.
Thank you so much, Chris Rowe or however you say your name. We so appreciate
Thank you.
that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, is right. So huge news today at 11:30. Apparently, there's going to be a bombshell.
I'm so sick of these bombshells. Are y'all sick of bombshells? I'm just tired of it. Like, I feel like I'm shell-shocked.
I'm a little worried about this one, to be frank.
Really? You worried? Are you worried?
Well, I mean, they never really turn out to be much of anything.
It's
that's
Trump's
gonna impact him.
finances. It's his finances.
So Deutsche Bank handed over Donald Trump's financial records to the New York City or New York State Attorney General. And the Attorney General and the state prosecutors at 11:30 today are going to make a major announcement about those financial records. And they're chomping at the bit. So of course, they're going to find something in there that they see as terribly, terribly wrong, and then they're going to blow it up into a huger thing than it probably is. But that's happening at 11:30. So we don't know what it is. We just know that it's about his financial records.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Donald Trump is rich. I know this is going to shock everybody.
Because, he doesn't like to talk about it.
It's going to shock and cause a lot of dismay in a lot of people. I hope you're sitting down.
So brace yourselves. Unfortunately, I kind of wish it was happening during our show, but that's after we're off the air already. So we'll be driving home, really, when we find out what the deal is. So
I don't care. I want to care.
They're so desperate.
They're so desperate to take this guy down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden, is riddled with dementia.
You guys.
I don't.
So bad.
It is so bad.
Did you see the video that I posted on our website, chicksontheright.com, this morning? Because it's the latest video that came out from that same interview yesterday when he talks about, the interviewer being a junkie. This is about his approach to China, and it's just a minute of gibberish. Just utter nonsense. And so all of a sudden I had this thought when I heard it, oh my God, I know who he reminds me of. It's that kid that says, did you ever have a dream where it's like that for a whole minute? And so the side by side of Joe Biden and that kid, it's the same, you guys. And people are going to vote for him to run the country, to run the free world. What are we doing?
I know. And Democrats are like, no, that's fine.
It's fine.
Settleforbiden.org. Settleforbiden.org. It's an actual site.
Just settle.
Yeah, just settle. Settle for a guy that, I asked one of the guys that does the afternoon show here at Indy, because, he's like, I don't know if we should say that he has dementia. And I'm like, dude, would you let him drive the car? If you guys were driving somewhere, would you allow him to drive you?
Like if you needed a ride to the airport.
Yeah, would you allow him to drive you anywhere? Would you? This is a legit question.
There is no way in hell I would get in a car with that man behind the wheel.
Would you allow him to drive your kids anywhere? It's a legit question. There's no way on God's green earth I would ever allow that man to drive me or my children anywhere. Would you? Now, if somebody asked that of Trump, I'd be like, yeah. If
He'd probably speed, but whatever.
Yeah, he may be a little erratic sometimes behind the wheel, but I feel like he has his faculties about him where he could drive a car.
Yeah.
And if he needed to, if there's an emergency situation, he could drive my kids somewhere. I'd allow him. I'd give him the keys.
I just want Joe Biden to take the test. To take the actual test that he's been making fun of. And by the way, on June 30th, which is like a month ago, he was asked if he has been taking cognitive tests, and he said yes, constantly. He has been taking cognitive tests to make sure that his wits are about him. And then yesterday in that interview, he's like, why the hell would I take a test? I'm not taking a test, you junkie. I mean, what the?
Oh my God.
So, I mean, just in the span of a month, the story is completely changed.
And paranoia, I feel like, is a little bit of a sign of cognitive decline.
Well, and the mood changes that happen almost in the blink of an eye.
Instantaneously.
He goes from rage to laughing, and it's bizarre.
The guy has issues. Obvious issues. And I've been
crazy.
saying this for months. It's like, you think anybody in his family who loved him would be like, we got to take him out of this. If anybody loved the guy, anybody, his wife, if his wife gave one single crap about him, she would be like, this is not okay. None of this is okay. He should not be running for president.
I mean, it's bad, you guys. It's really bad. Also, the other big news is that a clip from the interview that Trump did with Fox and Friends yesterday has been taken down from Twitter and Facebook for misinformation, because in it, Trump was asked about opening up the schools, and he made a comment somewhere along the lines of, you know, we need to open up the schools, and kids, I would say, almost definitely have an immunity to COVID. And so because he said that, and that goes against like official WHO and CDC whatevers, they're treating it as misinformation and taking it down. The stuff that they leave up from like other world leaders, which is blatantly false, that's fine. But Trump makes a comment, maybe it was inartfully worded, about how kids are much less susceptible to COVID, and they actually suspended the Trump campaign Twitter account until they removed it. It's incredible. Like, it's absolutely incredible how much they are trying to censor him 3 months before an election.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It should terrify everybody, because this is crazy.
But, you know, liberals love it.
And so what? Jack Dorsey's a doctor now? He's going to be like, oh, well, that's misinformation in a nationally televised interview that he's going to take down? It's an interview with the president. No matter what he says, you leave it up and you let the people sort that out.
I assure you he's not a doctor.
He's
I'm
definitely
pretty
not.
certain he's not an MD. He's probably
crazy.
Sitting cross-legged on his moss in the backyard of his mansion. Like, singing Kumbaya or something. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he's not an MD.
This is insane that this is happening.
Yeah, and I gotta tell you, I listen. No, I don't want any kid to get sick, and I don't want any kid getting sick at all. I would put that out there first and foremost. But hearing every single incident about a kid getting coronavirus in every single school, and then like every school closing because one kid gets coronavirus, this is going to be ridiculous. We're never going to open schools ever again. It's like saying, listen, I know people will be like, Daisy, coronavirus isn't the flu. Okay, I get it. But are we going to do this for flu season? Kids
are way worse off with the flu.
And this is the thing. Are we just never going to open schools ever again? Is this what we're going to do? We're just never going to open schools. And then teachers will continue to get paid? Is this what we're going to do for the rest of eternity ever more? Because even if there's a vaccine created for this thing, it doesn't cure it. Vaccines don't cure things. There will continue to be cases of coronavirus, and kids will probably get it too. And they probably won't get it as severe, because that's how it works, right? That's at least how we see it working right now. And so are we going to, like, because this is what we're seeing already. It's like a kid will get a case, and then they're like, oh my God, close the schools. Okay, so this is where we're heading, right?
I mean, it's insane. It's useless and pointless and not helpful and dangerous.
Yeah, David.
Even according to Dr. Fauci.
Right?
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's what David said it. We cannot continue to go on like this. We can't. We cannot close the schools because one kid gets coronavirus. It's insanity. We will never, ever thrive as a nation if we continue to go on this way.
I was actually really encouraged by the not parent-teacher meeting, but like the school meeting that my incoming freshman's high school had for parents last night, because the lady that runs the freshman center, she's just really like on the ball. And she was just like, listen, I know everyone's freaking out. Kids are going to still get sick the way they always have.
Yeah.
And they just need to be kept at home. And, you know, we're going to follow all the precautions that we possibly can. But your kids are going to be educated. They're going to be taken care of. And you're going to be fine. Everything is going to be fine. She was very reassuring, and I appreciated it. And, you know, and I know that there's a lot of great teachers out there that just want to get in front of their classes.
There are. The problem is they're not getting the press.
Right. They're not getting the voice.
They're not out there. They're not the ones who are being displayed by the media, of course. Because our media sucks so hard. God,
by the way, that lady, she was wearing a face shield.
Last night?
Last night. And it was, I like really want one now. Because it looked so much more comfortable than a mask. And you couldn't, if I was like 6 feet away from her, I couldn't even tell.
That she was wearing a face
That she
shield?
was wearing one. It was like one that she would wear. It looked like it went on like a pair of sunglasses would, right? Except that it was clear. It just cut off right here, like right under her chin. You could barely see it. It was so, so clear. And I love that you could see her whole face.
Yeah.
Like I could see her mouth talking. I could see her expressions. And it looked really comfortable. Like she didn't have to mess with it at all, where everyone else that was wearing a mask was constantly having to adjust it, pull it over their nose.
They were touching their faces.
Right.
Yeah.
And every time you talk in a mask, it comes down below your nose. So you're constantly having to hike it up. This looked so much better. It looked so much better.
And then you could see her face.
And you could see her face.
Yeah.
I want all the teachers at least to do that, because it's so, and I bet it would be more comfortable for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Because they could breathe.
And then they could see, I bet it would be so much better for kids.
Now I'm becoming like somewhat of a shield person.
If they are the right shields.
Yeah, this one, I want to find out from her, like, where did you get that?
Ask her.
I'm gonna
send
her an email.
Yeah, you should ask her, because it would be something that'd be a good present, like for my kid's teacher.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so much nicer, you guys.
Yeah,
I don't like any of it, but if you have to have something, man, that's so much better. It would be
great for my kid's teacher, because then she could actually like communicate with the kids, and they could see her face.
Yeah. And can you imagine you just slide something over your ears like a pair of glasses, and nothing about your face is touching it except for right here. Yeah. Right? So it feels like glasses. It doesn't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's nothing, on your face because it's in front.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm starting to become like, maybe I'm going to get that instead of all this mask bull crap.
No, I hear you. Because masks are so crap. I hate them too.
I hate them. I hate them.
I hate them too. I hate all of it. I hate all of it.
All of it. Quick reminder. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, The Mock and Daisy Show on YouTube, because, now that Facebook and Twitter have basically taken down a Trump thing, I'm getting more and more worried by the day that we're going to be removed from this platform. So please have that as a backup. The Mock and Daisy Show on YouTube. That's where we're going to do our lives if we have to. That's where our videos are going to be. So just make sure that you're subscribing there already, because...
Yeah, somebody said being locked at home has turned our stepson into an introvert. I think, and I hate that, because a lot of kids need other kids. Kids need to be around kids. They need to be in an in-class learning environment. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, this e-learning stuff is a bunch of bull crap. It's bull crap. I mean, a lot of these kids, teachers may have good intentions. God bless a lot of these teachers. But these kids, at least mine, she'd finish her assignments within an hour and a half. She'd be done for the day. And then what?
Yeah.
What is she supposed to do? Well, we'd have to entertain her. We'd have to figure out things for her to do. We'd have to figure out activities for her to do. And so we were the ones who were having to do that. Well, we're both working, my husband and I. And I know that a lot of people feel our pain. This is a lot of us are having to do this. And we're taxpayers. It's not my job to do that. It isn't, frankly. It's not my job. There are other people who are supposed to be doing that. So, and if there are 6 hours in the day where she's supposed to fill, she should be learning things. She should be learning math, science, English, social studies. These are things that she should be learning. And so we were trying to scramble for the past, at least the last 2-3 months of school, trying to figure out what is she supposed to be learning during this period of time. Well, she simply wasn't learning enough. And then she wasn't socializing which was because she's basically an only child. We have 2 older kids who are out of the house and off on their own. And then she's, you know, for all intents and purposes, she's an only child. It sucks because then she's by herself all day. It's not like she can go play with her friends because everybody was locked down. So this is, and then they're on their stupid devices talking to one another, which isn't the same, or they're in a device, which you have to limit that if you're a parent. It was terrible. This is not good for kids.
No.
None
and
of
I
it.
mean, I don't know how many more people need to say it. Because
No.
like, if the leftists are Fauci fans, he is saying it. So is the CDC director. I mean,
Exactly.
this is enough. We got to just open up the schools and just stop with the fighting.
And
it's
pointless. They need to stay open.
Yeah.
That's the point, is they need to stay open. This is a bunch of crap for people to be like, okay, there's one case of there's one case of coronavirus.
Send
all right.
the kid home.
That's great. That's fine.
Everybody else, wash your hands.
I'm so sorry that happened, but let's not close the schools because there's one case. We all kind of saw this happening, right? Coronavirus isn't going away. If you think it's going away, you're high.
And it's not going away, even as she said, with the vaccine.
No,
that's not going to be the bullet that solves everything.
That's not how vaccines work.
So just everybody stop it.
Read a book.
Open the damn schools.
Exactly.
So yeah, that happened with Facebook and Trump. Also wanted to, before I forget, remind everybody, because I've seen people, some people have sent us pictures of them wearing Chicks on the Right t-shirts.
That's very sweet.
So we do have a store full of cute things, like really cute things. You can get to that if you go to our website, chicksontheright.com, and right at the top of that page, it says store. And you just click on it and you can see all the things. And when you buy something, we get like $1 of that sale. $2 sometimes, depending on how much you get. So I mean, like, every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So that would be great if you want to represent. What is some of the things that they say? You have cute sayings on some of the things. She takes care of all the
Look,
stuff.
we have deplorable. We have like, this is what a conservative looks like. Stuff like that.
Just
so
cute things.
Like stuff like that that's out there. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see.
You'll see.
There's some cute stuff.
What else?
I know what else is going on, because I'm kind of behind because I was.
Well, I wrote this down because I saw a headline that Gretchen in Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, she has declared racism a public health crisis.
What?
And she has created a council filled with all kinds of black people and brown people, I think, to figure out how to fix that.
And they're getting paid, I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm sure they are. And
Yeah,
I'm sure it's taxpayers
they're
that
getting
are
paid for
footing that bill.
I mean, of course.
So that's going to solve everything, which is great. Quick update on the hole in my house. Still there. I've not seen any creatures. My husband's promised me that tonight he's going to lay down a screen.
Like a screen.
A screen. And so that will make me a little bit less afraid.
Like bats and like snakes and everything.
Well, I don't know that he's putting anything on the attic hole.
Yeah.
But he is going to lay something down on the giant hole
so
in the floor.
Chinese bats could still come.
The Chinese bats could still come.
Yeah.
I'll be less worried about the raccoons holding snakes.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of worried. We are also leaving the light on in there because he said that animals don't like light.
Except for moths.
Okay, well that is a new concern.
Mm-hmm. Just moths, right, guys? Just moths. They like light. Just insects. Insects they like light.
Okay.
That's it.
Also, if you do not listen to our radio show, which is on WIBC.com, if you're not here in Indianapolis, to just turn it on your radio, missed.
Well, we're gonna get fired today. I'm pretty certain it's our last day here at WIBC because of our show yesterday. And I blame Michael Jackson. It's his fault.
You guys missed the most off the rails segment of radio.
Ridiculous.
In the history of ever.
I don't know how we weren't called into an office yesterday and fired on the spot.
The good news is that you can still hear it because I posted it on our website at chicksontheright.com last night. So you can listen to that segment. It's actually, I used a little bit of 3 different segments. The end of one, the whole second one, and the beginning of a third. And I smushed them into one thing because you have to have the whole... You have to hear it, okay? I'm just telling that you have to hear it. There's no getting around it. You have to hear it because it is the best radio that you're ever going to hear.
Eddie, are you walking? Just remember that. Those are legit lyrics to a song.
So you just make sure that you listen to it.
Yeah. Somebody just said that hashtag save the children is being censored.
Yeah, I saw that too.
What? I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going on.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Save the children is being censored from Twitter.
Yeah, and I don't understand it.
I don't either. 'Cause why would that be? Why would that be censored from Twitter? What the heck?
Yeah, they banned a popular hashtag.
Save the children.
That's associated with like protecting children.
Why?
I don't know.
What the heck is wrong with these people?
Let's see.
Eddie, are you walking, Sandra?
It's not giving a reason.
Oh, it's not giving a reason?
It says an official reason as to why Facebook seems to have censored that hashtag has not yet been announced. All we know is that they believe it goes against their community standards.
It goes against their community standards to save the children.
Now, one theory is that...
They're taking it down on Facebook, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you just said Twitter.
The one theory is that some people are using the hashtag along with very graphic imagery, and that is why it has started to become censored. But I don't know. I mean, that's just a theory because Facebook, of course, is not actually saying one way or another what the hell is happening. So yeah, that's one theory.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Facebook is censoring the hashtag Save the Children.
Why?
It's a great question. We don't know. We don't know why.
They say it goes against community standards.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, he's from Gleeborg 9. Isn't he the one that fed the goat to Dorsey?
I know you say that, but I don't remember which of it, who did what. Is it Zuckerberg that fed the goat, or did he eat the goat?
Okay, so Dorsey and Zuckerberg had dinner one time. This is an anecdote that we heard once, but we can't decide whether it was Dorsey's house or Zuckerberg's house. They were at one of their homes, and one of them fed a live goat. Well, they killed a live goat in the backyard. They had a goat at one of their respective homes, and they fed that goat to the other. And
I mean, that's like the biggest example of like just taking your out and being like, mine is bigger, I'm gonna kill a goat.
Like, that's hardcore weirdness, though.
That's just
if you go
weird.
You go to somebody's house, you're expecting like something normal,
like a chicken cordon bleu,
or in like a salad with that. It's like you want some extra like Parmesan on your salad, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the goat in the backyard, and then we're gonna whip it up for you on the grill. That's what happened at one of their homes.
Weird.
That's messed up in every way.
Also, Oprah Winfrey.
I feel like it was Zuckerberg because he's from Gleeborg 9. I'm just putting it out
Oprah Winfrey is saying that no matter what, white people have a leg up over people of color.
She's on the fragility train.
So Oprah.
Billionaire Oprah.
The richest woman, probably alive.
Who has white women fawning all over her. I mean, like,
she's like, y'all doesn't matter where you are on the caste system, you have your whiteness, and that makes you better.
Like, gaggles of white women everywhere that are just like, tell me what to do, oh, Queen Oprah. And they will do it. I mean, they will do whatever she says, but she feels as though white women are, like, privileged and somehow more powerful than her.
And the fact that we're even talking about it demonstrates our white fragility. By the way, Seattle, if you're like a public employee, and there's 10,000 or so in Seattle, public employees, they are now all going to go through a very special anti-whiteness training. I should rephrase, not all, just the white ones are going to be going through anti-white training at the expense of taxpayers. And it's going to be explaining to them about their internalized racial superiority and how they can put the kibosh on that. Because you can't just be flaunting your whiteness around.
You can't just be walking around white.
You can't do that.
Why would you be walking around as a white person?
So, you're going to have to answer questions like, the very first day, the welcome slide of this training says, please introduce yourself, your name, your pronouns, your department, and how old you were when you first noticed differences based on race. And then you have to explain how your family benefits economically from the system of white supremacy, even while it directly and violently harms black people. So you're going to have to talk about that. And then they're going to talk about...
When did you stop beating your wife?
Exactly.
When did you stop beating your wife?
And then they're going to tell you about all the characteristics that are clear evidence of your white supremacy and racial superiority. And that includes things like being a perfectionist, caring about individualism, being quiet, being an intellectual. These are all things that demonstrate how racist and white supremacist you are. So, anyway, that's going to be a training.
This country's gone complete batshit with this stuff. And it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and then did you see all the stuff about DeBlasio, you guys?
DeBlasio. Oh my gosh, you guys, DeBlasio.
The checkpoints. He's having checkpoints.
He is a communist, this guy.
So there's going to be checkpoints at tunnels and bridges to make sure that if you're coming in and out of the city, you're going to have to answer a whole bunch of questions and, you know, show them your papers.
Isn't it funny how all of a sudden these commies like walls? Isn't it funny? Like, he's like, hey, here's a wall. It's a checkpoint. It's a wall.
It's almost like borders work.
Isn't that weird? How all of a sudden
weird.
He's like, I want this wall.
Oh, and now he's admitting, by the way, that whole Black Lives Matter giant mural thing on the street in New York City, he didn't go through the proper channels
we don't
to
need
approve
no
that.
stinking proper channels.
And I'm actually really glad because now he has opened himself up to all kinds of litigation, which is already starting to happen because he has opened up this process to allow political speech. And if you do that, then the floodgates are open, and now there's a bunch of people suing him. The pro-Trump Women for America have sued, and they are saying we need to be able to say MAGA, or we need to put up some other political statement because now you've said it's okay just by your actions. And DeBlasio is like, well, no, basically what I'm saying is what's good for me is not good for thee. I get to do things because I'm an elite.
Sue the crap out of him.
Yeah, I love it.
Sue the crap out of that Herman Munster weirdo. Yeah.
His excuse. You want to hear his excuse? He said, well, this is something that transcends all normal realities.
Oh my God.
Because we're at a moment of history when that had to be said and done. That's a decision I made. But the normal process continues for anyone who wants to apply.
He's a commie. This guy is a commie. And he needs, seriously, like this guy, he needs to be sued. And they need to make a statement. So people on the right need to make a statement. They cannot let this go. They can't let it go.
It's interesting. I was like listening for the ACLU to weigh in on that. And
and it's like crickets. It's weird how you just hear crickets.
Speaking of lawsuits, there's a student from Yale who is suing Yale. He's from Ohio, but he's launched a federal lawsuit against Yale because he's saying, you got to pay me back some of the tuition I've spent because if you're keeping classes online, I'm not getting a good quality education.
What was it, like $76,000 a year those kids are spending on school or something? It's
almost $76,000.
Yeah, $76,000 they're spending a year.
Because the whole campus at Yale is closed, and so he's like, "I'm not paying full tuition then." And so there's.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. These kids are getting gypped.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And then they're like, "We're gonna do it online." Okay, no. If you're gonna do it online, then I'm gonna go to University of Phoenix. That's what I'm going to do.
Right?
I mean, seriously.
At least they've got it all sorted out.
They do have it sorted out. They know how to do it. They know how to do online classes. And if I'm going to take online classes, that's where I'm going to go. I'm not going to go to freaking Yale. I paid for an in-person experience. That's what I'm going to get. If you're not going to give it to me, give me my freaking money back.
Yep.
And a lot of these universities aren't doing that. Well, they can, you know what they can do? They can do that. It's ridiculous. These schools, because they want their money. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course they want their money.
And then they've got to be paid, man. You got to pay those professors.
Yeah, those professors with tenure, they got to be paid. All those liberal professors.
Diversity people.
Oh, all the diversity people have to be paid for not doing jack squat. Well, guess what? You know, maybe they should start firing some people and see how that works out for them. Yeah. Insanity.
New episode of the Mock and Daisy Common Sense Cast is out. Came out yesterday afternoon. There are a couple, I'll do a post about that this afternoon and put some video teasers in it so you can listen to our discussion about TikTok and influencers.
All the influencers.
So many influencers are
a lot of
worried.
people and they're so mad.
They're so worried about TikTok.
I mean, I can't dance. I can't.
And they just want to lip sync, you guys.
I want to do all the orchestrated dancing.
They just must dance. So anyway, that is what this week's topic was about. So make sure to check that out and subscribe to the Mock and Daisy Common Sense.
What time is
Cast.
it?
It is
8:03. Do we have to go?
Yes.
Yes, you guys, we have to go. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and I'm really excited that it's Friday tomorrow.
My husband and I are going away.
Where are you going?
We're going to just go to French Lick area. There's like a little cabin that we're going to stay in on Saturday night.
That's
Yeah.
really nice.
We just need to get away.
Get away. You're not taking the kid.
Not taking the kid. My parents are going to be at the house.
We all know what that means.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Yeah. You know what that means. You should take some of this. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be doing that.
All
so,
right, you guys. Bring it in. Bring it in. Have a great Thursday. Bye.